we're going to just jump right into ThorZaIN versus Rhett. Kevin, I'm going to ask you, who is your predicted victor in this European throwdown?
This is really hard, man. I mean, both these guys are on top of their respectable races, at least in Europe. We actually casted once a really, really cool series. Or actually, I think they played twice in the European Blizzard Invitational. I'm not sure if you guys remember that tournament, but Red was an absolute monster back then in Poland. And he managed to take out ThorZaIN just with a ridiculous amount of Mutalisk. Every time ThorZaIN would leave his base, half of it would be dead. And by that time, Red had half the map. But I don't know, man. It's a 50-50 call, so I can be right and I look smart, I can be wrong and I look silly. It's so hard to call between these two guys, but today I'm feeling a little Sverige, so I'm actually going to go for ThorZaIN.
All right. I actually completely agree with your assessment there. ThorZaIN versus Red is such an evenly matched matchup. Like these guys are both so good. Red, in my opinion, has kind of been beasting lately, so I'm going to pick Red. This whole Zerg Brothers fighting thing, but this is honestly 50-50. It could go either way.
Because people would be surprised that the American is choosing for the Dutch player and the Dutch is choosing for the Swedish one. But yeah, really, guys.
It's a little messed up, man. I can't believe you're leaving your countrymen behind.
Oh, no. Next week I'm for Red. Even if he plays alive. Red. Red to go 8-1. Only to lose today. It's just really hard to call between these two guys. And I thought, let's spice it up a bit. Let's go for maybe the minor upset and go for ThorZaIN. But yeah, ThorZaIN can easily take it. Interesting barracks placement. Actually, I should just introduce them first, Ben.
Let's do it.
In the top left corner of ThorZaIN Altar, it is
Mouse ThorZaIN.
Your TSL 3 champion.
Totally messed that up. I was trying to be like the voice.
Mouse ThorZaIN. You can do the scary man voice in the right bottom side of the
Okay, so I get to do Liquid Red. Sounding awesome? Okay,
yes.
Cool. Oh, I thought you were going to bring me in. I got this. Okay, down in the bottom right-hand corner of ThorZaIN Altar, the red Zerg player representing Team Liquid, it is Liquid Red.
Not bad.
That was a little throaty.
All right, guys. So as we mentioned before, if you people just tune in or actually didn't hear us saying it, this series has been played early today or maybe even yesterday. So this is a replay cast, and actually it worked out quite well because Alicia wasn't here yet. Of course, we don't just want to give default wins left and right. So Alive was okay with waiting a little bit as well. So that allowed us to do the only replay cast that we have today, which is Red against ThorZaIN. And after that, it will be live Cruncher versus Select and also Alicia versus Alive. Or maybe they're actually playing within 10 minutes. But in any case, we'll keep you guys posted regarding that one.
Rhett is... He's got a pretty solid winning record against ThorZaIN, 13-7 across all the times that they've met. And like we said as we were doing the predictions, he's definitely been in beast mode lately. He's already made it into the third group stage at DreamHack, so it's very possible that we'll be seeing him on the main stage when things heat up for the grand final there.
We should see Red on the main stage. He's handsome enough. He has a main stage face.
He's good enough.
Oh,
he's got the main stage skills.
Yes, but I still think the face is more important.
My favorite thing about Red is his sense of humor.
Yes.
It's like you tell a funny joke and Red doesn't really react to it, like all your friends might be laughing.
Yeah, we have to tell this story when actually like the camera's on us.
Okay.
Then it makes more
we'll
sense.
save it. We'll save it.
We'll
for the
save this
game.
story for you guys. So take a look at the openings. We of course see the command center about to finish up for Mouse ThorZaIN. The reactor is going down on this Rex. He will definitely switch it up with the factory. I'm a little bit surprised, Ben, that he's not building in his main base. Maybe he wants to get just those headings a little bit quicker. But ooh, look at this double command center going up already. And Ben, I know that you love and hate this.
I mean, I love it for how good it is. I hate it for when I'm playing against it. Ladder has not been treating me well lately, Kev. And ZVT was one time my best matchup. I probably won 65% of my ZVTs on ladder. I haven't won one in like, it feels like ages. Actually kind of smashed my keyboard today after one. I just don't know how to deal with these triple orbital builds. The economy of Terran just gets so good, so fast. I've actually been going back to Mutiling Bane because I just feel like Terrans with that kind of macro don't even care about infestors.
Well, we'll see how Red's going to deal with it, Ben. Maybe you can make some notes. He's pick a few things up. He already has 4 queens. That is pretty interesting. Of course, Red known to get queens early on. He loves to get that creep set going as soon as possible. But 4 queens, like 5 minutes into the game, that's even a lot for Red.
Yeah, he's also pretty much gasless. Has he finished Zergling speed already? Or is he just now starting to mine?
Starting to mine.
Oh, man. So really playing a heavy macro style. And we talked about this some last week in Cloud versus HeyPro. The build that ThorZaIN is doing pretty much counters this because Red's got no way to punish this fast triple orbital. And ThorZaIN, he's going to be if not on even footing with the Zerg player, he's going to be ahead, quite frankly.
Well, it's still going to take a little while. I mean, triple orbital is of course super scary, and that is what he's going to have right now. As I just catch the final moments of that orbital. Man, that SCV did a good job. He built it quick, but not quick enough. I got it. But Red is going to have a super sick economy too. Look at the production depth. 10 drones on the way. 46 right now, 56. But I'm very curious to see how many more Hellions is ThorZaIN going to produce, since he already has 4. We see 2 more over here. And I actually think he's just going to run in with 8 to 10 Hellions. And if Red keeps making the drones that he does right now, he's going to lose a lot of them.
Tal'Darim Ultra is one of the best maps in any map pool for this kind of Hellion play, as it's so hard to block everything up. I honestly am surprised that Red's putting the macro hatch in his main and not using it to create a bit of a wall off there in that big natural choke. If those Hellions get in, there's nothing stopping them from killing lots and lots of drones.
Since Red had slow Zergling speed, obviously he did not try to get Zerglings around the map because they would just get roasted by these Hellions. He could have tried to sneak one nearby, but Red really not all that worried about what ThorZaIN is doing. He just feels like, I made a ton of drones. As long as I'm not going to get punished for this, I'll be fine. If you take a look, he was 54 against 37. The good thing for ThorZaIN is though, not only triple mule, 3 SCVs at a time.
Yep.
That's scary.
What? Oh man. Actually, I think Rhett might just be dead here. He's got no units out. He's making some lings, but speed's not finished yet. These Hellions are going to devastate ThorZaIN's economy.
God.
Oh my god! Speed does finish, and Red is streaming in with all the lings that he has, but I don't even want to look at the workers lost.
I want to look at it. 24 so far, so much for that scary economy. And ThorZaIN is far from done. 6-7 Hellions still alive, pretty much full HP. And all that Red has is Queens. Now finally some Lings are about to pop. Link speed is ready as well, but...
Oh man, this hurts me to watch. It hurts my Zerg heart, as these Hellions are just all-star Hellions right now. And this is what we were talking about. This is a map where if the Hellions get in, they're going to run around forever and they're going to get tons and tons of drone kills. So maybe we could say Red making a small mistake. Not really building in a way that is good against this. 33 workers in total lost. That leaves, what's the 32 to 53 SCVs. Ooh, it's going to be really, really difficult to recover here.
Yeah, the good thing is ThorZaIN can just do this over and over again. He knows that Red wants to recover from this. He knows he wants to make more drones.
Yep.
So ThorZaIN's like, all right, here comes take 2.
Round 2. Drones versus Hellions. Well, right now, ThorZaIN just content to scan and kill some creep tumors.
There
Here
are
we
2
go.
Zerglings on the map.
This time, Rhett's got better unit positioning, as you can kind of block that up a little bit. Now, if there was a Hellion below that spine crawler, this would never or I'm sorry, a hatchery below that spine crawler, he wouldn't be able to run in like this. But
Poor drone, wrong moment.
unfortunately,
Wrong
it's not
time.
the way it's going to be, man. And Rhett doesn't even have a Roach Warren. He's forced to build Zerglings to deal with this.
And those 80 Zerglings is literally all the Zerglings he's going to have. He's still losing so many drones. This game is actually getting kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
If it wasn't ridiculous already. ThorZaIN is just going to try to get a couple of big shots up. Look at all those drones. They're still kind of stacked up. Finally, it's around.
Drone surround. It's going to result in a lot more drone losses. And what was 34 is now 53.
I don't think I've ever seen that many workers killed in an 11-minute game.
I don't think so either, man. That's kind of how Korean TVT was for a little while. But
ThorZaIN is right now like, not bad.
yeah, this is an okay position. I think I'm ahead.
Yes. I think it's safe to say that I can go for my third base now.
Yeah, Rhett's going to want to make drones for a while longer. He's going to come up and check and see that ThorZaIN's taking out these rocks. Unfortunately, he's also going to lose a handful of Zerglings. Zerglings that he just can't replace right now.
He did catch a glimpse of that third base, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think he rather didn't catch a glimpse, but he does know it's there. Finally, Red kills something as well other than Hellion. An SCV.
Manages to catch an SCV out on the map. Rhett has been staying on top of the creep spread, so he's going to be... Well, he's gonna be dead anyway.
Creep spread is important then, but I'm not sure. If only creep would deal damage.
It's kind of all he can do right now: spread creep and build drones. He's also starting up Baneling speed. He's trying to play Zergling Infester. Even that's a questionable choice given what he knows. But what else can you do?
I mean, Zergling Infester is really good, but you need a sick economy to back it up. Every Zerg out there knows that. Even when you don't play Zerg, and when you took this much damage early on, it's going to be really hard. If you take a look at Eunice's resource tab, I mean, that's kind of bad for Red, but that's not even a half as bad as this actual state of the game suggested. And that's just because, well, talking about cost efficiency, Hellions, I think they're pretty cost effective.
Yep. And how many Hellions does he have on the map right now? ThorZaIN's going to transition into a kind of
doesn't have a single
biomech. All of his Hellions are gone. Okay, so he's just going into Marine Siege Tank. That's kind of interesting.
Maybe he just does not want to lose any more Hellions. He's like, my Hellions did so well today.
They can all retire.
They can all retire.
All the
Siege Tank is here to clear it up. And Starship Troopers are all right, man. I've trained for this so long.
Starship Troopers?
Yeah, all these Marines.
Have you seen Starship Troopers?
You know, actually, that's. I had 2 movies in my life. Meanwhile, we see a small engagement over here in the Sun Watchtower that I really want. I'm sure that everybody out there has it. There's this movie you heard about once, then you want to see it, and you don't really get there. Then the next time you want, yeah, I still have to watch that movie. And with Starship Troopers, I literally have this right now for 4 or 5 years already. I know I want to watch it. Just recently, man, I finally watched Escape from Alcatraz. And this, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not lying. That's a movie I wanted to watch since I was 11 years old. And I've seen it back then. I was always looking at the TV guide, what's coming on? And I was like, oh, Escape from Alcatraz, finally, because the internets were not popular yet. And my friends told me about this. I want to watch it, missed it around 10 times, because we played that movie a lot on Dutch TV. And recently I finally saw it.
It's a Dutch classic.
Yeah. I must say I was kind of disappointed, but that's but I guess waiting for it
You'll
for like
probably be a little
14
disappointed
years.
in Starship Troopers 2. It is definitely a classic, and you need to see it. ThorZaIN just making his way out onto Rhett's creep, splitting up those Marines so that it's going to be difficult for Rhett to engage at all.
Damn Fungos, man. Can they kill 65 Marines?
They could. It's possible. It's a little unlikely that ThorZaIN will allow something like that to happen. Man, Rhett's been working so hard on this creep, and it's just all going to go away.
How often do you see a queen behind enemy lines?
Once. One time.
And this is why we don't see that very often.
Well, I once saw Cats harass a base with a queen and kill like 13 SCVs.
What do you mean? Like, Cats has a queen in every game in his enemy's base. Cats does queen drops. And pulls it off like a boss. I'm so sad.
ThorZaIN is definitely living up to his reputation as the spoon Terran. He's not rushing this at all. He is being so methodical and patient here.
Both these guys are real champions, kind of like LeBron James. They both won really a lot. Of course, ThorZaIN winning the TSL 3, Liquid Red, winning Assembly, and winning, of course, the European Blizzard Invitational that we mentioned before. Ooh, Red is going to have to start fighting soon because ThorZaIN is getting really close right now.
Yeah, ThorZaIN's maxed. Red only had about 130 supplies. It's going to be a very difficult defense. Again, if he nails the greatest fungals of all time.
And if he had Neuroparasite, then he would neuro all the Thors.
Just neural every Marine. How sick would that be?
Neuro. I don't think that's possible.
50 infestors, neural 50 Marines, stim and kill everything that ThorZaIN has.
That would be a Pimpus play of 2012.
ThorZaIN making his way into deep into the natural of Red. Some burrowed infestors trying to get into a position where they can make something happen. They're awful clumped up though, and they're going to unburrow close to siege tanks. No, they're going to not unburrow. They're going to drop infested Terrans. And they do get some fungals down.
You saw all the banings detonating on that Thor.
Yep, crashing into the Thor, a little bit miscontrolled. And very clearly ThorZaIN is going to take this game. The Thor does go down.
Because of the tanks, man. Not actually because of Red's damage, but because ThorZaIN was attacking his own units. But the Spoon Terran does take this first map very, very convincingly.
I don't know, man.
As much as we hate to say that games are over before they are over, of course we do not.
Over around 35 drone kills.
53 probably was.
Okay.
35 was a.
Zerg can recover from that because of larva inject.
I don't know, man. You should know that better than me.
Well, not against triple orbital.
I know it's tough, but yeah, you never know. Like we've seen crazy things happen in the history, but after 53 drone kills, yeah.
Cass would come back from that.
Cass would be like, I'm winning this game. If only like those hatcheries would turn into orbitals.
My game.
If you guys don't know, Mr. Bitter and me, we casted around 2 or maybe even 3 times a game that Cass took so much damage of a roach.
Like 2 SCVs.
Yeah, of a roach bailing. Like the Zerg would be at 40, 45 drones. Cass would be around between 7 and 15 SCVs, and he won it 3 times on a row. So nowadays we are when someone is like really, really far behind. If they would disconnect right now, Cass would say, "I'd win this game," and he would have the evidence to back that statement up.
I have a track record of winning these kinds of games. So that first game brought to you guys by Epson Projectors. Check them out, epson.com/projectors. We're going to kick it to a commercial right now, and when we get back, game number 2, Rhett versus ThorZaIN.